a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Heaven is for real. Heaven is for real. A little boy's astounding story of his trip to heaven and back is a 2010 New York Times best-selling Christian book written by Todd Burpo and Lynn Vincent and published by Thomas Nelson Publishers. The book documents the report of a near-death experience by Burpo's 3-year-old son Colton. By April 2012, more than 1 million ebooks had been sold, and more than 10 million copies had been sold. By 2014, a feature film based on the book was released on April 16, 2014, earning $101 million at the box office. Summary: Todd Burpo is the pastor of Crossroads Wesleyan Church in Imperial, Nebraska, and his son Colton had emergency surgery on March 5, 2003, at the age of 3. During the months after surgery, Colton began describing events and people that seemed impossible for him to have known about. Examples include knowledge of an unborn sister miscarried by his mother in 1998, and details of a great-grandfather who had died 30 years before Colton was born. Colton also explained how he met Jesus riding a rainbow-colored horse and sat in Jesus' lap while angels sang songs to him. He also saw Mary kneeling before the throne of God and at other times standing beside Jesus. Sales. Within 10 weeks of its November 2010 release, the book debuted at number 3 on the New York Times bestseller list. By January 2011 there were 200,000 copies in print, and it reached number 1 in the Times best-selling non-fiction paperback category in March 2011, remaining in the top 10 for some weeks. Criticism. A variety of Christians have expressed criticism or concern about the book's content and message. The Berean Call, a Christian ministry and newsletter, criticized the book for its extra-biblical and problematic claims, as well as the lack of any medical evidence that the boy was clinically dead during the surgery. Author and pastor John MacArthur has criticized the book for presenting an unbiblical perspective on the afterlife. In an interview with the New Yorker magazine, Heaven is for Real co-author Lynn Vincent expressed concern that Christians would find the book to be a hoax if she included people in heaven having wings. In 2015, Alex Malarkey publicly disavowed the book The Boy Who Came Back from Heaven, stating that his near-death experience described in that book was fictional, and condemned Christian publishers and bookstores for selling popular heaven tourism books, which he said profit from lies. Following Malarkey's statement, Colton Burpo said that while he acknowledged that some among the public had doubts about his account, he stood by the book's contents nonetheless. Film adaptation. In May 2011, Sony Pictures acquired the film rights of the book. The film was released on April 16, 2014, starring Connor Corum, Margot Martindale, Greg Kinnear, Kelly Riley, Thomas Hayden Church, and Jacob Vargas. As of July 2014, Rotten Tomatoes rated it at 46%. Critics praised the script and cast, but they were critical of heavy-handed exposition. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?